What's up, Oiler fans? SPR here, aka the OilKnight. Doing a quick draft preview. 2019 NHL draft. It's about 2 weeks away. Fans are excited. I'm jacked. Can't wait to see who the next Oilers are going to be. Hopefully we get a couple in the OHL again. But before I do that, I'm going to do a quick, a final tribute to the 4 graduating OHLers that are going to be going on to Bakersfield next year. Evan Bouchard of the London Knights, Dmitry Samorukov of the Guelph Storm, Kirill Maximov of the Niagara Ice Dogs, and Ryan McLeod of the Saginaw Spirit. So first off, we're going to start off with Bouchard and Samorukov. Check it out.
Cuts to the middle, drops for Bouchard, he shoots and scores.
Just failed to materialize. Here's Bouchard yet again, stepping up the speed, shooting!
So there, Bouchard, nice move, Bouchard scores! What a goal!
It's going to be quickly to Hamilton. Now look at Bouchard, coast to coast, Bouchard, trying to upset.
Picked off, here's Bouchard rushing in there. Bouchard looking for angle, scores! Evan Bouchard!
Deep shot, handled by Raymakers, picking up the rebound is D-man Bouchard. Bouchard carries it through the neutral zone, advances it up. Ducard chance here, and what a setup for Evan Bouchard. Goes over to the captain, shoots.
Evan Bouchard now looking for an opening, trying to get away from Hayton. There's a shot, he scores!
Well, beyond his defensive. Bouchard has it. Big shot. Score!
Control by the Knights with room. Bouchard scores. What a shot. Boquist, one-timer. Bouchard rebound. Great.
By Hancock, he didn't get much on it. Bouchard, he'll look for Hancock all day. Bouchard, he shoots.
From the faceoff, Bouchard, puck in the blue line, tees it up. There's a shot, he scores!
1 for 12 in the series, and a long pass up for Liam Footy.
But it's out of the net nonetheless. Samorukov gets away from the man, cuts to the net. Samorukov scores! Scores, winning in overtime, 5-4. Worked out to Samorukov on the point. He maneuvers away from his man, cruising in there. Low shot, score! Back to the point, on this side, scores! Samorukov buries it with a hot shot, and the Storm lead it 2-1 on Samoruk. Samoruk's 10th of the season.
Samarukov's 10th of the season, a blast that they can feel all the way up in Edmonton.
So that was Bouchard and Samorukov. As you can tell, both have a lot of talent. Both will be headed to Bakersfield next season. With Bouchard, main thing for him is work on his defense. Obviously, he is an offensive defenseman. He's got a heck of a shot. He's going to run the power play for many years, hopefully, and put up a lot of points. I guess the key will be for him to just kind of up his defensive intensity a little bit, commitment to defense overall. He does that, and he should be fine. I think his ceiling is probably John Carlson of the Washington Capitals, who, ironically, when he was drafted, went to the OHL his draft plus 1 year. And then his second year after being drafted, he got sent down to the AHL, and he played about half a season there before Washington finally called him up. So I could see the Oilers doing something similar with that. Give Bouch maybe half a season at least, and then they can't hold him down any longer, and he'll be called up. He'll immediately become the best puck mover on the Oilers' blue line currently. Like I said, he's got a lot of great offensive instincts. The key will just be to continue to work on his defense. As far as Samorukov goes, I think you're looking at his ceiling is probably a second pair defenseman, similar to Nikita Zadorov used to play for London as well. I think the key to him will be to maintain his physicality and really work on the defensive side of his game as well. He has nice offensive instincts. He can move the puck as well. He likes to jump up in the rush, but his decision-making is a little bit questionable, and I'd rather him be a tough to play against stay-at-home defenseman with a little bit of offensive upside sprinkled into his game. So Oiler fans got to be excited about those two guys. Like I said, they're you're probably looking at, as far as Bouchard goes, you'll probably see maybe a little bit of him towards the end of this year, and then he'll be a full-timer the following year. And then Sam Marukov probably at least 2 years away. But they're both exciting prospects. It strengthens our defense. We already have Caleb Jones and Ethan Bear, who are in Bakersfield currently and are looking to make the jump. But as far as the forwards go, we need some work there. So let's take a quick peek at Kirill Maximov and Ryan McLeod's previous seasons.
Roberts. Maximov scored! What a blast! And Jones. One-timer Maximov scored.
Maximov from the corner takes a shot, scores!
Raquel Thomas reversed. Lodnia waiting, one-timer, score! Chance, but Bruder will poke it out. Here comes an odd man rush, potentially Maximov and Bruder. Maximov, look at the move into the slot, waiting, shooting, score!
Through to center ice and across the line. Here goes McLeod. Look out, Chance scores!
Change the zone. Spinning with the puck is McLeod. Looks across, walks, one-timer.
Here's a chance for sight on front. McLeod scores! To the net. Hockey will dash it across the line. McLeod with a shot. He scores! A chance. Over to McLeod again. McLeod scores! What a shot there. Threaded the needle on the short side.
Down territory. Stops in the corner. Back up to the point. Here's a chance from the puck. Fires right on. Score!
Tony gives away the puck to McLeod. Score! Later on the far side, David took away. Here's McLeod right in front. Score! Koski!
Comes up rather nicely for the offensive punch of Mississippi.
Steelhead's on a power play. It looked like he had a cross.
And scores!
Working around. Cole Carter. Right in front. Scores!
Spins out in the zone. Hold on. Way in. It's through. Stopped by McCrabb. Back to McLeod. Scores!
Off the board. Knocked down by Jersey, but he's caught. Here's McLeod moving in. Got it in on goal! Scores! What a goal! What a goal!
So as you can tell by that video package, Maximov is one heck of a shooter. I mean, he loves to score goals. He's got incredible one-timer from the left circle. He also has a real quick shot release. He can get off, in the quickly in the slot or off the rush. And he immediately steps in as the best shooter in the entire Oilers organization, including the big club. I mean, he loves to score goals. And the great thing about him is he's got a great work ethic. He's defensively responsible, and he had the third most penalty minutes in the OHL. So he likes to play physical. He likes to, get in guys' faces. He needs to cut it down a little bit when he gets to the pros. taking stupid penalties and things like that. But I'd rather take a guy that's engaged than a guy that kind of floats to the outside and is a bit of a perimeter player and shies away from contact. And that kind of leads me to Ryan McLeod, who has amazing speed, and he's a great face-off player and good on the penalty kill. However, he does kind of tend to shy away from contact and play on the perimeter a little bit. So hopefully when he gets to Bakersfield, he gets a little more gritty. And I think his offensive upside is probably third-line center, maybe a second-line winger in a pinch. But he's going to be one of those leaders, those guys you need in the playoffs to take all the big face-offs, to shut down the other team and play strong in his zone. And then Maximoff, I think he probably compares to a guy like Alex Galchenyuk, who could get you 30, 35 goals. It's going to take a couple years for him to develop. He's still got to work on his first couple steps. But like I said, his offensive talent is elite. The shot is elite. The scoring, he's a natural goal scorer, and that's what the Oilers need. So both of these guys fit in well, the Oilers organization. Again, McLeod has a chance maybe to make the team next year, I would say, and Maximoff 2 years. So those are 4 guys from the OHL. They're all exciting prospects. I'm sad, a little disappointed to see them go. I guess not disappointed, but, I'm hoping for the best for them. So that being said, that's it for those 4. Let's go ahead and move on to the actual draft coming up here in 2 weeks. Like I said, I'm extremely excited. There's plenty of options here at number 8. That's where the Oilers draft. Depending on who you talk to, there are several guys that could be good fits. So I'm going to touch on a couple of them first and give you my sleeper pick, who I think would be a perfect fit for the Oilers. And keep in mind, Ken Holland suggested there when he did his press conference, he's looking for speed, he's looking for skill, and he wants a high work ethic, determination, right? That's kind of the key, those 3 things. So I'm going to show you a few guys here, break down their games prospect-wise, and let me know what you think.
Moving in, Marshall Warren just done at the goal line, scores! What a night by Cole Caulfield! What a night! Remember, though, returns the favor. Caulfield in alone and scores. Over the line, Hughes, right wing. In Caulfield, score! Over the Bowling Green line. Right side Caulfield. Took the shot, score! USA gets another one back. It's 5-4. Take a look here. Caulfield might have had a screen out in front.
St. Clausen and the Hurricanes on the rebound. They'll chip it out. Dylan Cousins got a breakaway. Straight on Paddock, goes forehand and scores! Dylan Cousins gives the Hurricanes the 1-0 lead.
Right side, it's Henry over to Cousins.
Paddock and wide. Now Bellery behind the Regina goal. Center's chance for Cousins, and he scores. Number blocked by Scholler. Comes back to Bellery, left side. Cousins, and he'll score. Dylan Cousins has the hat-trick goal.
One of the coaches at the World Junior Championships. Moving in is Cousins. Cousins, the backhand shot. He scores.
Center trying to get away. Cousins on the right wing. Cutting to the net. Cousins scores. Could be a 2-on-1. Cousins with Barloggy. Cousins, a shot. He scores. A bullet by Dylan Cousins.
And Cousins will set up. There's a shot coming. He scores.
So it's a checking to the head call. Shot from Cousins. He scores. Neutral zone, a fantastic chance there for the Canes. They can't convert on that 2-on-0. Cousins coming in. Lets it go. He scores.
It comes for
Montessori. Hands off again, working it across. Boldy scores! Down the ice now, chance developing. Matthew Boldy on the backhand scores! Alex Turcotte! Here's Bobby Brink on the wing, passes across, scores! This one will count. Matthew Boldy fires it through.
Those three guys would all be great fits, in my opinion, for the Oilers. Caulfield is just such an amazing shooter. He'd be a perfect complement to McDavid or Draisaitl, for that matter, on the second line, because they're both excellent playmakers, and he has the ability to get open, find that sweet spot, and just bury it with a great one-timer, his great shot and release. He isn't the fastest guy in the world, but again, when you're playing with these guys, these elite playmakers, all you need to do is just get open, and they'll find you, right? It's hard to pass on a guy, too, that scored 115 goals this year if you combine the U.S. national team, the developmental program, and the World Juniors. I mean, 115 goals is no joke. So I can understand why teams are talking about taking him in the top 5, because he is one electric player. And again, he doesn't have blazing speed, but he's got that real quick feet and acceleration, and he does a great job of kind of changing angles and getting that shot off. So Caulfield's definitely a good fit for the Oilers. Dylan Cozens has blazing speed. He was registered as one of the fastest players in the Prospect Skills Combine, CHL Combine. And he's kind of exactly what the Oilers need as well. He kind of gives you that speed. Now, I prefer him on the wing. I see him as a winger at the next level. He tries to get a little too cute and dangles and turns the puck over when he's in the center of the ice. And he gets caught, flat-footed a little bit. I'd rather him just be almost like a young Ryan Smith, just blazing down the wing and unleashing that big shot and going hard to the net with his good speed. And that's what the Oilers need. We need guys like that, faster guys on the wing, and guys that can shoot the puck. And Dylan Cozens had 34 goals this year, I believe, and 59. He led the CHL actually with 59 even strength points. And that kind of matters to me as well. So I think he would be an excellent fit. Again, there'll be a bit of an adjustment period, I think, for the next couple of years, hopefully as he shifts from center to wing. But he has great potential and would fit in nicely there in Edmonton. And then the last guy we showed there was Matthew Boldy. Boldy's a little bit different than those two, but what he brings is high hockey IQ. He's such an intelligent player. He has great skill. He has just a relentless work ethic as well. Just a determined player who makes smart decisions all over the ice. Plus, he has a big shot off the rush as well. He can shoot the puck. He has great hands in tight. A really kind of a complete player, a lunch pail guy who would probably be an immediate fan favorite if he was in Edmonton. First guys I don't have on my list as good fits for the Oilers. First off, Kirby Dach. He's a big guy. He's got a nice combination of size and skill, and he's got good enough speed. But I think for him, he just doesn't have enough consistency for me. Doesn't show up enough. I think he had about 24 games this year where he didn't register a point. His even strength points, 5-on-5, they pale in comparison to some of the other guys in the draft class, including Dylan Cozens and Philip Tomasino, who I'll touch on in a minute. I mean, he's a nice player. He's a nice prospect, but I don't think he's elite in anything. And I kind of see him as a third-line center in the future, if anything, more like a Jordan Staal kind of guy. The problem is his face-off percentage is 41.2%, which is just not going to cut it even in junior. So I'm not really sure how that's going to translate to the NHL, whereas a guy like Dylan Cozens, for example, is 49.5%, and I still see him as a winger. Dach has... he's got a lot of hype around him. I think people are overrating him a bit. And again, I don't see him as a top 6 forward on the Oilers, so I see it kind of as a wasted pick at number 8. Trevor Zegras from the U.S. program, he's another guy. He's extremely flashy. He's a playmaker. He has good puck skills. He's got pretty good speed in that. But I think he's a high-risk player. He makes a lot of spinorama behind the back passes that he gets away with, I think, in playing for the U.S. national team, but doesn't really translate well once he gets to the pros. I mean, don't get me wrong, he is extremely talented, but the Oilers have seen enough of these guys that become turnover machines despite their skill and talent. I still have him as the 5th or 6th best player on the U.S. national team. I think I would take him further down in the draft. I don't think he should go at number 8, although he still might. Somebody will certainly take a chance on him and hope that his game settles down a bit. But I would pass on him as well. And then the other one, for some reason, seems to be getting a lot of hype is Philip Broberg from Sweden. I mean, I understand the highlight package of Broberg going end-to-end, reminiscent of Paul Coffey. People are all excited about that, Stauffer and guys like that. But, I mean, at number 8, there's no way the Oilers should consider Philip Broberg at all. First of all, I don't think he's the best player available. I think there's a lot of better skaters out there, guys with better agility, that see the ice a little bit better and play better defense overall. And I think have better offensive upside as well. I think Broberg is definitely overrated. I see him as maybe a top, or not even a top pair defenseman, as a second pair defenseman potentially in the future. Certainly not worth an 8th overall pick. The Oilers need forwards. As mentioned earlier in this video, we have tons of defensive depth. Let's not go for another defenseman. We already got Bouchard and Samorukov on their way now. Need a forward, need speed, need skill up front to play with McDavid and Draisaitl. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Obviously, you don't take Broberg. I don't know why people keep suggesting it, but forget it. That shouldn't happen. So those are 3 guys that I would pass on. And like I said, the video I showed there with the 3 prospects I think are good fits. I could see the Oilers going any of those routes. However, let's just say hypothetically all 3 of those guys, Cousins, Boldy, and Caulfield, are off the board. Who should the Oilers take then? Should they just end up taking a Broberg or Zegras or Doc? The answer is no. They should take my guy. His name is Philip Tomasino. He plays for the Niagara Ice Dogs. I don't understand why everybody's sleeping on this guy, but I'm going to show you some highlights and you tell me what you think.
Now 16 on the year. Here's Tomasino dancing to the outside. Look at him go. Cuts it. Tomasino scores!
I love Philip Tomasino. There, I said it. He's my guy, number 8. In fact, I would even consider taking him over Cousins and Boldy. Caulfield, I would probably still go ahead and take him. But Tomasino's he's unreal. And anyone that follows me, you know, in the last couple of years, last year I was really big on Ty Dellandrea. He was my guy. Everybody projected him to go late first round, early second round. He went 13th overall to Dallas. 2 years ago, Robert Thomas was my guy. I said he was a top 10 guy. He ended up going in the 20s, right, or a couple picks right before Edmonton. Same idea with Tomasino. He's smart. He's fast. He has an incredible work ethic. He's smart defensively. He comes back defensively. He's good at face-offs. He can play center of the wing. He can play power play or penalty kill. He's a complete player. He reminds me so much of Matthew Barzal. So much skill, so much talent. And the funny thing is, a lot of people don't talk about this, but he was the third line checking center for Niagara for the first 15 games of the season, and he hardly got any power play time at all this year. And he only had 1 goal in that first 15 games, and he still ended up with the most even strength points per game in the entire CHL per 60 minutes, right? So, and he was in total points, he was 1 behind Cousins in the CHL in total even strength points, despite having only 1 goal in the first 15 games. The guy's incredible. Next year, he's just going to go off. I don't understand why more people are not all in on this player. He literally can do it all. I don't know what else to tell you. He's got the speed. You put him with McDavid or Draisaitl, he's just unreal. There's so much to like about this kid, and he's strong too. He's got great balance, and he's strong on the ice, strong on his skates. He's a complete player. So I really hope with the new general manager, Ken Holland, this year, I hope he decides to take a chance. And I hope he drafts Tomasino. If he does, I'll go crazy. I'll love the pick. A lot of people won't, but I'll love it. And I think it'll be a perfect fit, really, for Edmonton. So that kind of does it. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment on my Twitter at the OilKnight or at IrishEyes41 with a Z, and let me know what you think, if I'm full of it or if you agree with the pick. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.